Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Back at it again. I thought to myself, I want to sit down. I want to enjoy this good old bourbon, this good old cigar. Might as well just take y'all on another sip and smoke. So we're going to be featuring that Eagle Rare from that good old Buffalo Trace Distillery. People love this stuff. So I got the Eagle Rare, and we're also going to have it with the Tabak Especial. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. This is a Drew Estate. Drew Estate, they're known for their acids and their fat boys and stuff like that. And I thought I would just pick up a box. They were on sale recently from a website I use, jrcigars.com. I'll give you guys a shout out. And so I think I got a box of 20. I got that. I got the ability to take some notes. Got my bourbon, and I kind of just wanted to groove out, man, and just talk through some things, man. If you're coming from my other channel, thank you again. Listen, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you like talking about bourbon, cigars, just generally man shit, that's what we like to do around here, man. Just make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Make sure you hit that. Make sure also you turn on notifications. That way you know when we make a new post. Yeah, of course, I'm going to talk about the unboxings of cigars, but also I'm going to do a little sip and smoke whenever possible. Let me put this away. I think it's just easiest to read about it from the back of the bottle instead of trying to make us some stuff and all this other stuff. Kentucky straight bourbon, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, the cornerstones of the birth of a nation. That nation has come to represent freedom, spirit, and independence of the individual, giving the world products and innovations that are uniquely its own. One such innovation was Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Early Kentucky settlers created bourbon, the true American spirit, in the late 1700s. By practice and prohibited by law, no other distilled spirits adheres to standards as strict as those established by Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. And few other whiskeys can offer even a glimpse of the great whiskey making found in Eagle Rare. Eagle Rare is 10-year-old Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, and it has a full complex body. It's part wine. Thin rare whiskey is best served neat or over ice. Of course, feel free to drink Eagle Rare and classic cocktails such as a Manhattan or a whiskey sour. Now, I've only had Eagle Rare neat. I think it might be okay, if I were to have it over some good old what is it called? Ice, right? That's just not normally. I'm about putting my dang on cover for my glass on my dang on bottle. I promise. So earlier I was drinking Elijah Craig, I'm not gonna lie. But anyhow, so Eagle Rare, something I really enjoy. Of course, I got the old cigar Bible out so I can take notes specifically about the Drew Estate cigar. Now, this is one of those things where, I've talked to you guys about this before. I usually would take the band off a cigar, take some notes about a cigar, give it a rating, and it kind of just lets me know whether or not I should buy that cigar in the future. This one will be spared no expense. It's going to have the same treatment as other ones. So a little bit directly from their website in regards to this Tabak. Hopefully I'm pronouncing this right, man. I am just known for murdering a name of a cigar or some bourbon. The Tabak Especial is really special cigar that I've worked on for over 5 years. Speaking in the first person, I obviously did not work on this damn cigar. It's a coffee infused cigar in 2 styles, Dulce and Negra, using the very finest Nicaraguan tobaccos, Nicaraguan estate grown coffee. Tabak Especial is truly a work of art that has appealed to even the most die-hard traditionalists, smooth and easy to enjoy. This is a 5x54, so it has a nice unique looking band. Has a band on the top and the bottom because they kind of have that tobacco kind of packed in. Let me take it out so you can see a little bit better. Each of these individually wrapped, so it does come in a box of 20, but if you didn't want to leave them in the box in your humidor, your humidor is not big enough, it provides that extra layer of protection by individually wrapping each one. That's always a good thing. So you can see here they kind of loose roll the end of the cigar for that tobacco there. And like I said, nice looking band, something that is something I look forward to diving into. So this is 4.75 by 46. It came in a box of 24, not 20, so my bad. But it has a great Absolutely wonderful smell. I will give them that. Now, I'm probably the biggest fan of coffee that you're going to meet this side of the Mississippi. I just love some good coffee. Like, I really like it a lot. This tastes really good even before I make the cut. We're still sticking with my favorite cutter, guys. The Benchmade cigar cutter, this Micra, they call it. This wood just looks fantastic, man. I really enjoy this stuff. It really makes a clean cut whenever you use it. Get that right in there. So we have, and we're going with the Thunderbird cigar lighter. Butane lighter, has a soft flame insert. I kind of wanted to treat that not so packed down cigar lightly at the end here and take this band off. And so that way, when we get that light going, excuse me, I have a fan next to me. Let me see if we can. See if we can get this going. Whoa, smoke. You guys may know, but I love big pluming clouds of smoke on a cigar. That is something I definitely got to take note of. And so normally, like I say, what I normally do is I take these bands off and I glue them on the inside of my little cigar Bible. So I got to write down my first note is that initial draw. Initial draw was fantastic. Kind of giving that an 8 out of 10. Now, after I let it burn for a little bit, I want to look at things like, is it a consistent burn? You know, stuff like that. And then how does it taste when I, take a swig of Eagle Rare? Especially Eagle Rare is something that's I'm used to with my palate. I just bought these little Glencairn glass covers. They compress all the way down just in case you accidentally tip your glass over. They're kind of like a little saving grace. So I can even show it to you sideways here like this. And not worry about getting any spillage because Eagle Rare is that good where you're not trying to spill it. Just does not disappoint, man. Does not disappoint. So what I normally write down when I'm going through my process for a cigar, I write down the cigar that I'm smoking, wherever it's from, whatever farm, whatever I can learn about it. So the farm, the type of tobacco for the actual filler, the binder, the wrapper. I paste the band in here. So now I have all the components of it. Was it box press? Was it hand roll? Stuff like that. My initial thoughts of a cigar. Then I kind of have like this 5-minute test that I do, right? 5-minute test meaning, can I light a cigar, walk away for 5 minutes, grab it, and it's still lit. So I've taken my first puff of this. Hopefully it was well lit to begin with. It's been a few minutes since I've done that initial puff. I see smoke leaving the end of the cigar. I am starting to develop a nice sort of even burn, which is always my goal with these cigars. One thing I'll say, them having that tobacco loosely packed at the end like that has this wonderful sound to the cigar. I know that sounds weird, but this is one of the first cigars I've smoked that has a great sound to it. Like, it sounds really nice. So let me make sure, because there are several different versions. I just want to reconfirm the exact one I bought. So I just log in. Like I say, I buy all this stuff on jrcigars.com. They ship right to the house. FedEx man checks your ID, make sure you're old enough to buy this stuff. 21, I think it was 21 now to buy tobacco. And boom, you're good. You don't have to go out, go to a humidor, even though I think Total Wine is one of the largest cigar sellers in the nation. So this one specifically is the so this is the Corona 4.75 by 46 box of 24. Right now it's $162. I think I paid, let's see what I paid for it. So normally price $162. I got it for $123. And they also gave me a sampler of 10 Drew Estate 10 count. Let me show you what that looks like. So they tend to do this pretty often when you buy, especially from Drew Estate, when you buy, a certain box of 24 or 20, they'll give you a sampler, right? So this is their 10 count sampler. So I know some of these I know for a fact I do not like. Where is it? I think like these green ones, those things, I've just never been a fan of I guess it doesn't really matter what the wrapper looks like, but it just gets to me, man. So they don't have the really stubby fat one that I know for a fact I hate in here. And that's what kind of made me even want to buy this. I've had these Drew Estate, the 20-year, the acid 20 years before. They're not as strong on flavor as the regular acids. I usually can tolerate those a little bit more. This is the Tabak Especial. This is the bigger one. So this is not the Corona. I don't know which one this is, but I look forward to trying that out. I mean, so that's not a bad deal, man. So you're getting $30, $40 off the normal price. Plus they're giving you 10 cigars. Let's just imagine those cigars are $3 each. At a minimum, you're still saving $30, but those are definitely worth more than $3 each. I'm gonna call this draw like a floral. It is definitely wonderful, man. Like, I think this would have been too powerful to have this with coffee. I think bourbon was a better way to go because the coffee wrapper is just subtle enough to where you feel like you're enjoying some coffee, but not too much to where you're like, okay, that's it. That's my last puff. That's kind of how I feel when I smoke like the regular, like the acid Cubas, I think that's what they call it, and blondies and all that. I have that in the cigar humidor, but those are for guests. People come over here, they never smoked a cigar before. It's kind of a nice little starter. So I'm giving this a 9 out of 10 for the 5-minute test. Even with me editing this video, there is going to be a good chunk when it's about 5 minutes between me taking puffs. It has a just really good even draw to it. So far, I'm about 10 minutes into this cigar. The burn is going well, so I like that. It's still producing a lot of smoke. That's something I'm a big fan of as well. And it seems like it's a nice quick smoke. Like, I'm 10 minutes in, I'm almost entering the second, third. I probably could knock this whole thing out in about an hour. It's going to take me longer because I'm kind of running my suck right now talking to you guys. But hey, it is what it is. Congratulations to you guys. We just passed 200 subscribers on this channel. I think that's pretty awesome, man, for, not as posting as much as I post on my other channel and all that other good stuff. I appreciate you guys tuning in. My goal with this channel is for you to be able to sit down, pour some bourbon, light a stick, and kind of just sit and chat with me. Well, let me run my mouth and you kind of just watch. Now, I normally will talk about the flavors, right? This is obviously not peppery. It's not doing anything like that. It's very, very just overall really enjoyable, smooth smoke. Almost to the point where there's some cigars I smoke, I don't want anybody around me. So when I'm in my man cave, sometimes my wife steps out here. If I'm smoking a big peppery Maduro, something crazy like that, I'm like, all right, hey babe, okay, cool. You might want to get up out of here because this smoke is going to tear you up. This is way more smooth. Kind of like I wouldn't mind smoking this whilst my wife sat here and chit chatted with me, because the smoke is very tolerable. It's easily pushed out of my man cave. As I get, as I enter into the second, third, I will say I'm getting graham cracker. I know that's weird for some folks, right? Graham cracker, like how do you get that? But the flavor I'm getting, the most thing I can relate this to is graham cracker. It's just really, really sweet. I mean, there's no other way to say it. And you pair it with this Eagle Rare, which in and of itself is not the most freaking harsh of bourbons. I know this because this is like my 5th bottle that I've been able to get my paws on. You got yourself a nice pairing. You have yourself a nice pairing. Now the ash buildup is quite nice. So we're still at it. And the ash is, for me, where I believe a lot of the flavors contain. I am not a cigar snob. I keep the band on while I smoke. Because I don't want the wrapper to accidentally unravel, because that's going to completely screw the cigar up for me. You see that smoke? It's fantastic. So I mentioned the graham cracker flavor, and for me, a little milk chocolate comes through as well. There's no barnyard to this. There's no muskiness, none of that. It's just a really tolerable, for me, it's just a good smoke. So that's enough about the cigar. Let's talk about my other channel and some things that I'm pretty excited about that I don't talk about specifically on that channel. Now, if you follow me over there, I just did this absolutely kind of cool, but absolutely ridiculous Gucci get home bag. Now, yes, I know it's a little kind of crazy, right? A Gucci get home bag. Like, who's going to go buy a Gucci belt bag and then put a bunch of survival crap in it and convince his or her wife or husband they need it? So that's how I was able to convince her to keep survival gear at the ready at all times. Now, since the making of that video, she has figured out a way to get all the items that are inside that bag into a humongous gallon Ziploc bag, which she keeps in the vehicle. And now she can use the Gucci bag as a Gucci bag. But if she does have an emergency, she can grab her little Ziploc and throw it in there. My intent for the bag is not that you're not always going to be tied to your vehicle. So if you're wearing the Gucci belt bag and you're in a friend's vehicle, a friend's house, some crazy shit like that, you can get home. But if you take it and put it in a big gallon plastic bag, what was the point of putting the stuff in the bag anyway? I could have just did a video about a grocery bag full of survival gear. But you know what? Crawl, walk, run, man. At this point, we got her to have the gear in her vehicle, not on some sneaky shit. Because normally when I'm putting this stuff in her vehicle, it's totally on some sneaky stuff. I'm just kind of taking it and throwing it in there and just hoping that she doesn't notice, or she does notice. I.e., I threw that big coastal orange flashlight. If you saw that on my EDC flashlights, make sure you check that out on my other channel. I put that in her vehicle's armrest. She came to me about a week later and was like, what the hell is this? I'm like, it's a big ass flashlight, just in case you need a big ass flashlight. She only says that because she has a smaller Coastal G20 in her sun visor. So she's like, I need this one in my sun visor. I need this one in my armrest. I'm like, yeah, it might be some different stuff. The one in the sun visor is not going to illuminate the changing of a flat tire at night. This one in your armrest will. I'm just saying. Now, she drives a 2021 Lincoln Aviator. Very confident that roadside assistance is going to come out. But what if you ain't got no cell phone signal? What if they're taking too damn long? What if you don't feel safe waiting? These are the things you got to think about. There's a spare tire in that damn vehicle. You're about to just make it happen on your own. All right, so listen, we are comfortably into the second third now. I still have not, look at my ashtray. Ashtray just completely clear. Nothing in the ashtray at all. But we are comfortably in the second third now. I'm still building a nice amount of ash. Even burn. a good even burn. So the flavor is not overpowering. When I say flavor overpowering, I'm talking about another Drew Estate cigar. These Kubas, these ashes that everybody and their mom smokes when you go to like a cigar bar or whatever, they are just too overpowering. They're harsh, especially after you get past the first third. Once you're past the first third on this cigar, it just falls apart. It's hard to smoke. It doesn't taste good. I think it's just too much. But they sell like hotcakes. I think they sell these things for like $9 a stick at Total Wine. I would never pay that. I usually will buy a box of 10 of these on JR Cigars when they go on sale for like $50. I feel comfortable paying that price, about $5 a stick for guests instead of I'm not paying $10 a stick. But now I'm able to keep a cigar in there that I know, my guests are going to be able to enjoy and at least get them to light it. And a lot of people that come to my house will start a cigar and not finish the cigar, which is kind of rude. Hence why they don't get any of my good shit. They get Kubas. Or they'll get some other bulk purchases I got in there. I got like bone crushers or bone shakers, bone something. Where those are pretty good cigars. They're not flavored. Good consistent smoke. It's like a Maduro. But someone lights that and they don't finish it, I don't get all butt hurt because it didn't cost an arm and a leg. Where if I go in there and get a Davidoff or something like that and you like that and don't smoke it, there might be some furniture moving around this man cave. One thing I do not like is ashing on my little cigar Bible. But this ash is still lasting. It's still at it. I mean, I'm about to let y'all go here in a second. But one thing I want to talk about is I just passed 7,000 subscribers on Marine X, the main page. Man, congratulations to y'all. That is y'all, man. That's not me. You know what I'm saying? I'm up here throwing up these cameras and talking shit about some survival bags and man cave shit and just shit that I really enjoy passing knowledge about and stuff that I'm into. But the fact that 7,000 saw fit to join the battalion, man, let me tell you something. And the people in my Discord that monitor stuff, make sure things are running good. I'm still looking for some drill instructors. So if you think you want to be somebody that's going to be a bulldog in the Discord, make sure people aren't acting all crazy, we're looking for some folks. But the fact that 7,000 of y'all just saw fit to join the battalion, man, that's really appreciated, man. We're going to keep this up. The next bag that I have an interest in, I talk about that in the Discord. So make sure you're on my other channel. Make sure you're in the Discord channel. And imagine yourself, you're in an area, there's no damn Walmarts. There's no Academy Sports and Outdoors. There's not a Cabela's, a Bass Pro Shop. It's not even a Harbor Freight. No Lowe's, no Home Depot. How are you going to put together a get home bag? Amazon's few and far between. I got an idea how you can put something together. Still get yourself home, especially in those situations. When I go hunting, all the stores I just mentioned, none of them exist. None of them exist. My hunting property has a few farming supply stores, a couple of grocery stores, a car wash, Chinese joint, a few other restaurants. That's it. So you have got to put together a get home bag, because it's highly likely that if your shit break down out there and you don't have a spare tire, there ain't no AAA, maybe 3 hours away. So you have got to be ready to get home when you're in where the area where my hunting property is where it's near Jacksboro, Texas, and Jack County. There's nothing out there. Look it up. I just told you where it's at. This is the point where I get real nervous about ashing on my cigar Bible. I want to know, it would be kind of dope if I can get it all the way down to the band. I highly doubt I'm gonna get all the way down to the damn band with ash, but that's where the flavor is kept, man. It's just, you get the most flavor out of these cigars when you let them ash, especially when you're getting a consistent burn like this is producing. Hence why the shit was $130 for a box of 24. You see I got this weird close-up ass angle for y'all tonight. I really want you to see all the way in to the cigar as it burns. And so this is my second glass of Eagle Rare y'all saw. But before this, I was on that Elijah Craig barrel proof. So really, it's really like my 5th glass of bourbon. You know, how's it going for Marine X and the unraveling of the eyes? Think I'm all right. Think I'm all right. Just to give you a little bit more insight about my main channel, I've had 0 sponsorships, 0 brand deals. I've had items sent out to me for free, and I did mention them in videos when that happened, i.e. I had a knife, like a $40 knife sent out to me for free. When I was sent out, I mentioned it. But the reason that's happening, as I mentioned a couple videos ago on this channel, I'm not just trying to sell y'all shit. One of my favorite YouTubers, this is his ashtray. I don't even want to say his name because I'm just so disappointed in him right now. I feel like over the last 3 months that his videos have been just him selling, like selling his products and like selling stuff for other people, whether it be a grill or a flask or leather products or whatever. And for me, I feel like YouTube is, at least for the people that are in the niche that I do, is what's your experience with this thing and why should I pursue it, whether it be tools, man cave stuff, woodworking project, survival bag, whatever. And if it's just, and companies reach out to me all the time, wanting to just send me something so I can show it to you guys and you'll buy it. But I don't think there's value in that. I think it's more value. You can send it to me for free. I'll use it. If I want to, I'll mention it in the video. If I don't, you'll never see it in a video. And you have to be okay with that if you send me something. Now down the road, I may take a sponsorship or a brand deal or something like that. But right now, the juice just has not been worth the squeeze. You sending me a product for free and then demanding a video, you're not getting a video for that, really. Video for me is more valuable than just your product. So think about it this way. You send me a $300 product, a $200 product, an $800 product, whatever. I do a video for free, so you don't pay me. You just send that product. I do a video for free. You get all that advertising, whether it's good or bad, positive review, negative review. You get all that free advertising. It just costs you sending out a unit. That's not going to work for me. You got to pay me. Just ashed on my floor. Rather that than my dang on cigar Bible. But listen, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go, man. Marine X. Make sure you follow me on the other channel. We just put up the Gucci Get Home bag. I am going to be putting up some more reviews coming out, man. Stuff that can go on your vehicle. Love the stuff I recently bought for my truck. We got to talk about that, man. The cover, the awning, all that good stuff. In the meantime, if you like stuff like this, I'm going to put a video up right here. I'm going to put a video up of some other sip and smokes. You can watch those. They're kind of long, just like this one. You got some time on your hands. You still got a stick in your hand. Watch that. And you're interested about all the shit I keep talking about my other channel. Like, what is he even talking about? Right there. Survival stuff like that. Check it out. Watch that till you pass out. In the meantime, thanks for coming back. We'll speak soon.